The pilot kept pointing his arm out in the direction he wanted the boat to travel. He was coming down. It was do or die.
The boat came off a wave, it hit the basket, knocked it sideways.
And then he hit the gas to take himself up a little bit, and it didn't work. It hit the wave top so hard, everyone fell on each other.
It was just sheer terror. You could see it in their faces.
The basket scooped up some water and slowed down its momentum.
The basket at that stage was still doing around about 18 knots.
The canopy of the balloon was just pulling it through the water, and all these people were trapped. They couldn't get out. The force of the water was way too strong. We thought that we're here to help, and these people are going to drown in front of us.
I put the boat in as close as I could.
We didn't want to crush the people with our boat.
Then this lady pushed herself out of the top and she went under the water. She was being dragged, totally submerged. I knew I had to get her, otherwise she wasn't going to make it. I just remember coming to the surface with her, and I was relieved that I had her in my arms. She was safe.
Sylvia Steele was pulled into the police boat.
I thought, would I see any of them again? If anything had happened to my husband, I don't think my life would have been worthwhile living. He's everything to me. We've seen good times, we've seen bad times, but we've always stuck together.
There was still 3 persons on board. One lady in particular was just staring straight at me and screaming for help.
Our biggest fear was the whole show was going to sink with the 3 people right in front of our eyes.
I pulled out one lady first, and she was quite shaken.
But the boat was lurching from side to side. We yelled and screamed and said, come on, you know, you've got to get yourself out.
Come on! Come on! One more!
Once we knew that there was nobody else trapped in the basket, we then allowed the balloon just to continue on its way.
The job was done. Everyone was alive.
The other woman on board had a big smile when the husband saw her.
I couldn't get out the boat.
When it comes together and it's a success like that, it makes it all worthwhile for the countless hours that we put in.
While Roger the pilot stayed behind to try and salvage his balloon, the others were taken back to shore.
Cheers, how you going?
Was this your first flight?
Yes, first and last.
But I mean, it's all right.
Sylvia, who'd been dragged behind the balloon, escaped with a scraped foot. Her husband, Alec, was treated for a shoulder injury. Judith was physically unharmed, but very shaken.
I saw the other lady go under the water and not come up, but, you know, then I was so frightened that I'd crash my head. It was my daughter's birthday today, and I thought, you know, what if I die on her birthday? And she'll remember it for the rest of her life.
2 years have passed, but the memories of their unexpected adventure are still strong.
When Roger tried his hardest to keep us calm, but when that basket hit the water, it was frightening because it hit with such force. My wife was first to get out the basket, and I couldn't see her. I really honestly thought that she was drowned. Sylvia and I have been married for 42 years, and I hope that we've got another 22 years left. It was almost cut short, and that's when I realised how much you have.
Alex, 1 in a million. We're both together once again, and personally, I think I'm one hell of a lucky lady. In more ways than one. In lots of ways.
I wanted to go up in a balloon ever since seeing Around the World in 80 Days because it looks like one of the most romantic things that you can do. Now, I have a reputation from some people for being adventurous. I'm not quite sure whether I deserve that, but as a librarian who's considered to be rather a boring sort of people, I'll swim with it.
Hey, how are you? Hey, people, how you doing?
Hello. I can't say enough for the rescuers. They were fabulous.
Good to see you here.
They're a mighty fine bunch of guys, and I'd just like to say thanks a million, fellas. I don't think any of us would have been alive today without them.
Here's the soft winds, gentle landings, and cheating death one more time. Going to drink to that? All right.
Next.
Seemed to be just a normal call and appeared to be just a residential burglary.